Hey guys, today we're going to review a blog that Totango released on August 18th about freemium to premium, how to increase the number of customers that successfully onboard within the first few days. And I think they got some really interesting ideas that I'd love to explore with you. Let's go. All right, so here's the article on the Totango website, and it's part of their best practices series. So check out whatever else they have to say about this. And I love this blog because it focuses on something that oftentimes we see product owned, but as you know, customer success is for all teams across the organization. And we can't really hold the CSM responsible for product-led growth and product-led onboarding. Product can help a lot in just retaining customers and increasing NRR, net retention rate. And for this reason, as you know, I have recently had released August 16th, 2 days before, also a video about almost the same topic, how to increase free trial conversions for SaaS. And while both have the same topic, the focus is completely different. So I actually really recommend everyone to kind of watch both and read the blog, watch the video if you're interested in getting some ideas on how to improve all this. Here they're just talking about what is freemium onboarding email sequence. So most of this blog is not going to talk about holistically the entire strategy around what product needs to do around UX UI, but rather how in CSM we can support that motion with an appropriate email sequence. So there's a bunch of types of email sequences that you can release at that point. In this blog, they go into a few examples. Several important functions that the email sequence serves. One, it welcomes new freemium users, letting them know thank you, laying the foundation for the relationship. So a lot of time in here, I actually see the email coming in from the CEO just to create that sense of importance and worthiness to this new user that starts this experience with them. Before we continue, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification button so that you don't miss out on any new videos. It lets users know that you want to help them derive value from your product, 100%. So how do you do that? What are the objectives that you can have for this initiative? So if you need resources, budget, whatever, you can use these as your objective and key results for this endeavor. So you can get the budget for appropriate software, an appropriate resource that can write this sequence to do A/B testing, etc. So you want to welcome them and create that experience. You want to let them know that you want them to derive value. This is where it's going to be important to actually have a strategy around what use cases do you want to share with them at this moment, because what you don't want to do is have them pick a first value delivered option that is a bit too comprehensive. And so you don't want them to fail the first time that they try something out with you. And then it says it provides information about how to complete basic essential tasks necessary to begin with your product, such as choosing passwords, setting up the profiles, just getting them to doing the basic stuff so they can build on it and also have some quick wins and I guess positive experience with you. If they have questions or problems, you don't want them to give up or start having a bad experience just finding how to get to you. So this kind of like helps them understand if they do have questions where they can find you. I would say for product-led companies, having access to support and quick support is going to be key in their determination down the road, whether to renew with you or not. I had some really shady experience with some of the tools that my company picked out in the past year because, we're a small company. I'm not going to get a CSM most of the time. So access to support and getting quick support responses is going to be one of the main things that we would be looking for as a small customer of maybe like low ARR type or MRR type solution. And then create a routine using the product. Okay, so this is the stickiness. You want to suggest different routines that they can start developing in using your solution so that it becomes a habit and it's part of their routine. I think this is what they're aiming for. All right, good suggestions, actually. I really like this. And then basically, they're talking about how it's important to have a strategic one and a strategic approach. And then they go into the different types of freemium to premium sequence email types for onboarding. So again, this is at the beginning of the customer's lifecycle, but I think there might be a bunch here that would be useful also for adoption phase. What should it include? Welcome email that lays out the foundation, normally sent to all new freemium customers. Quick start tutorial. Okay, that's a great idea. Can we include an embedded file with step-by-step instructions or a link to a quick video or a PDF file? These are good, solid suggestions. A lot of times I've seen an embedded video in the email, so they don't really have to click anywhere. Or if they click, it goes to something like Vimeo or Loom or one of those other solutions out there for this purpose. Animated GIFs are cool, or a knowledge-based article is also cool. And then quick start videos can also be sent in separate emails or integrated in welcome emails, and generally sent to all of them. You know what would have been really cool is if they had some example of verbiage or example of like what good looks like. How many of them should we send? Is it just one? How long should we wait between the welcome email and the quick start tutorial? Is it a day after? I think they're kind of suggesting you can combine both for this purpose. If you liked what you've heard so far, that's awesome. More coming in a second here, but in the meantime, I want you to click that like button so that YouTube knows that this is great content and you can start sharing it with others. Information on features the customer has started using. Look, this is really cool because if you happen to be a SaaS company or have a lot of telemetry data around your customers, you can actually look to trigger some of these emails based on, they tried clicking here and then they stopped. Let me send them an email to explain more about what is this function about, what kind of business benefit does it have, how to get a quick start, and what's the best practices on using it. It's really all about sending them the right information at the right time, and it's triggered based on behavior or patterns of behavior. That's really super smart. If you don't have the usage data, you'd have to kind of guess or make a recommendation of what the next step the user should have regarding product adoption. Reminder email. So this type of email may be triggered in response to low usage. I gotta tell you, listen, if a user stopped using your system after a while, after actually trying, they probably decided it was too difficult or it didn't address, so they disqualified you. Any further effort to get them back into the system, unless they were just happened to be very busy and just forgot about it, is probably going to be fruitless at this point. So you really want to get them in the first few days, unless it's a really big account. So it's not a freemium to premium approach where they buy it online and see what happens, but you actually sold to a big company that has, let's say, thousands of users, and some of those users started and stopped, but this is critical for the company's ability to scale. Then I think this email reminder is effective. I would be curious, if that's not the case, how effective this is. Spotlight on premium features may be of interest to freemium customer. It may be sent as a response to usage patterns that indicate the premium feature would be useful to the customer. So let's say we're assuming that if they use feature 1, 2, and 3, then feature number 4 would also be applicable. A common example is that, let's say they're using a CS software and they're using the health score, they set it up, they started updating it, but we haven't seen them create a dashboard to analyze the aggregated results for the entire customer base. That could be a premium feature that they should be using when they're setting this up. Or maybe they haven't configured a call to action when the health score went down. That could be a feature that we would promote based on behavior. I think one of the best things for you to do is to have a list for each use case or set of features. What are we expecting to have the customer opt into? If they're doing health scores, what are all the features that you should be using? If they're doing whatever it is, the use case or process that you guys support, and then if they don't use all these features, flag that out and then have email sequences ready to fire off. Upgrade invitation. Okay, cool. Listen, I think timing here is really, really important. So if there's low usage or no usage, there's usually no point in sending this out. But here they say, look, you can either incentivize them to opt into additional features with a discount, so kind of like upgrade them so that they could use more, exceed certain threshold or usage so that there's a propensity to maybe use more. I think that's very, very smart. Yeah, my only beef with this blog really is like a lot of great ideas. Why aren't there any examples here? Because it's hard, if you've never done this before, how would you know what good looks like? Using strategic timing for freemium onboarding emails. As a number of email types above illustrate, strategic timing can play a significant role. Okay, now you're getting into it. Okay. Monitoring. So this, I think up till now, we had different types, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here, all of a sudden, they're getting into best practices. So let's see what they say. Exactly how to time your emails for optimal effect will vary by company. Okay, what are the considerations? Monitoring usage patterns can detect when the right moment has arrived. But listen, there's other things. Like I interviewed Carrie Killing from VMware, and she said when she does these kind of emails, there's a certain amount of days that's optimal depending on the persona of the end user. Like if they're executives versus tactical workers, like if you know the role, I think that could be another factor. So I think this is a bit skinny. There's probably other blogs out there that can expand a little bit more for you if you're really interested to learn. It's kind of like a marketing thing at this point. Like you really need to know what you're doing here. And a lot of A/B testing could also help. But she mentioned that if she does a sequence email on a certain product or feature she's trying to promote to adopt, and she's waiting about 10 days between the first and the second one, and 30 days between the second and the third one. But if this is a freemium to premium, you can't wait that long. You actually have to, first few days, like boom, 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 like send a few of them day after day almost. And then if they didn't click the first one, the second one, and the third one, you may want to stop so that they don't unsubscribe and completely like botch the relationship, or try to send a video if the blog didn't take, or think about a way to escalate this. So you kind of want to watch out. Are they engaging with your email sequence? Yes or no? Then now they're saying, okay, it's completely automated, serves a vital role in ensuring that freemium users begin unlocking your product's value. I haven't seen any statistic around that. I would say probably before email sequences, having appropriate product guides inside the app are just as critical, if not more. May include welcome you and quick start tutorial. Okay, we've already seen that. Reminder, spotlight on premium search. Okay, so this is just a recap of what they said before, nothing new. Okay, so if you opt into, they have a success block. You're using their system, so you should check it out. And then they also have a free trial if you wanted to check it out anyway. So cute blog, really. Some good ideas. Probably need a little bit more in depth to see some examples that they might have in their success blocks, by the way. I don't know, maybe. And then a little bit more methodology around how to do A/B testing, what's the timing between them, where should you start. I think that would be very advantageous for you to double click on. Maybe they have other blogs about that. But I thought the email types were very interesting, and I want to thank them for sharing it with us. Listen, if you like this video, you learned something new, you want me to review other blogs, let me know. Put it in the comments below with a link or a suggestion. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to our channel so you can hear and see more customer success videos coming up down the road, and support our channel. It helps the algorithm. I'll see you at the next video.